Hello, my name is Eristef Winchester, and I'll be casting a Dawn of War 3 game I played with my buddy STUpendous. On the left side, we have myself in the top left, playing Space Marine, and STUpendous playing Space Marine as well. Let me quickly turn off Fog 4. On the right side, we'll have a Space Marine in the bottom right, and an Eldar in the top right. My elites are the Knight Paladin, Venerable Dreadnought, and Gabriel Angelos with Doctrines, Landspeeder, Scouts, Blind Grenades, and Drop Pods. Meanwhile, our opponent, Space Marine, will be using more banners, Scout Strikes, Drop Pods, Elites, Terminators, Gabriel, Jonah. The Eldar will be using the Wraith Knights, Striking Scorpions, and the Wraith Lords, along with upgraded Screams on the Banshees, better Dire Avengers, and better Dire Avengers grenades. And my friend Stu will be running with Terminators, Assault Terminators actually, not the regular ones, Chaplain Diomedes, Kill Team Iremo with Doctrines Tip of the Spear, Final Slam on the Dreadnoughts, and Slam Barrier on the Dreadnought. Alright, let's get this game going. So it appears I'm already going for
Tactical Marine Squad deployed.
a barracks to make Assault Marines.
A resource point.
Meanwhile, the Eldar are going for a rushed webway on the top side, hoping to claim that. Whilst also sending a Dire Avenger squad towards the middle. And our friend, the enemy Space Marine, shall be deploying a barracks way closer towards the middle. Means probably we have our first engagement in the middle.
Ally, we have captured a point.
Avengers making use of those shields effectively. The one drop pod coming in. Tactical Marines of my side. STUpendous. A lot of Dire Avengers assisted by Assault Marines scaring off STUpendous forces. Meanwhile, off in the top, we have my Tactical Marines trying to claim this point.
We have lost a resource point. Relocating webway gate complete.
Dire Avengers heading topside. Scare me off the top point.
We call a bone singer to us. You can relocate a base structure. A bone singer ready to serve us.
A lot of drop pods heading up on the top side. A lot of Assault Marines. It seems the enemy Space Marine did not make many Tactical Marines, but made many Assault Marines instead.
We've scouted a small enemy force.
Heavy blows. My Tactical Marines getting torn to shreds. Although my Assault Marine squad is beating his because of the planned banner. It appears my Tactical Marine did not hold off the Assault Marines for long enough and are now forced to retreat. One Marine getting it out alive. And Kaifung giving up the chase. Meanwhile, over in the middle, I have another skirmish. STUpendous is not letting the Eldar have this middle. sniper rifle support, but the scouts are right on top of these. Gunning down the snipers without any losses. Eldar shield's really effective.
Assault Marine squad deployed.
Assault Marines from the top reinforcing the middle.
Ally, we have captured a resource point.
Eldar falling back slightly to repelling the sheer shields. I think.
Our
Yep.
elite battle brothers are ready to deploy at your word.
STUpendous the first 2 elite points are available on the left side
Look to our vulnerable listening post.
and the right side, but it appears striking scorpions have been deployed. An engagement over in top side. Marines jumping away from the striking scorpions before they can cause any harm.
Shrine awaits its work.
3 assault marines and 2 tactical marines are chasing off these guys,
Task.
but those
Summoning
kill team armor from STUpendous assisting with the push. Assault marines heading on to the assault marines,
relocate to base structure.
trying to jump on top of them, but there's too much space marine army to engage on.
Avengers await your order.
STUpendous getting hit by the striking scorpions in the meanwhile. Grenades disrupting forces of STUpendous, as well as the submarine is now trying to jump and kill all of Stu's forces.
Resources owned by our alliance are in danger.
STUpendous trying to get his last remaining forces out of the engagement,
A listening
whilst
shrine.
having to watch
Foe threatens our resource.
all the rest of the forces getting cut down by scorpions. Oh wow. And a shield that still remains.
Alliance has lost a point.
Now it appears they have been able to claim
Webway gate
the top sides. Oh. One little servitor, no? Oh, he's gonna get chopped up into pieces.
A base structure is available to relocate. Webway gate in transit. We have finished our task.
Eldar keeping map control with the Eldar gates.
Let us make the most of this resource.
Probably should be making more of these. As Stu seems to have gotten a free point over here.
Are in danger.
Not a big point to fight over though, with only 2 power. Still, STUpendous does have dreadnoughts upgrades, so if he can get those dreadnoughts in, he might be able to turn the tide. These scouts know what's up though. They're going to check it out, see what kind of forces they're dealing with. Not a lot of fighting going on though, although the Eldar is reinforcing the top side before building on it. They don't want to lose that again. I believe these scouts are just waiting for a power to be built on here so they can just shoot it down as soon as it pops up.
Upgrading stronghold to tier 2.
Forces on the top side moving out, hitting this listening post before it's built. Assault Marines trying to save it, but oh, a lot of stuff incoming from both sides.
Power generator.
Assault Marines jumping in, but striking Scorpius cutting them down. Assault Marines jumping up and down so they can't get a hit on them. Jonah appearing. Trying to stop the Assault Marines, but they're just jumping away. They're gonna get out of there. Assault Marines trying to give chase, but they can't get much further because there's a wall of tactical Marines stopping them. Although they did manage to get the points.
Our foe has robbed a point from us.
Striking Scorpion is still alive and killing. Second phase is almost there. Interestingly enough, the right side hasn't built many resources. Like they're still missing a resource point over here. Oh, but so is the left side. You have a small skirmish going off over here, as the detector the builder of the STUpendous, trying to enforce his listening post. He wants that power, and I believe the right side does not want him to have it, as they're slowly trying to demobilize to push him back. Also getting upgrades.
Scout Marine Squad deployed.
Power swords on all those assault marines. They're gonna make a big push. They're not just gonna hit this point, they're gonna hit the shield generator with that amount of force. Zeus' force is gonna get decimated over here if they don't run away right now. Here come the assault marines, hammering down. Blind grenades, assault jumps, just shooting these forces to bits. Jonah just not letting him escape. Just Stu's forces getting decimated. This small squad inside of a bubble not being able to help because of that wall. That's all Stu's forces, Rhodes. If I look over to the tab, yep, that's all Stu's forces gone. No elites. Although he starts having some resources which he can rebuild his forces with. Whilst the enemy is taking this generator super fast with 4 assault marine squads with power swords, that's not gonna last long. And there's not lots of support. There's Gabriel Angelos for myself. Not. You can survive orbital bombardment, but not like that. Not with this force. This turret making sure they don't get any step further. Meanwhile, my own forces slowly healing off the drop pods. Now escalation phase 2 is in. These resources are becoming very important. As you can see, they're already upgrading the middle one, knowing how important they are. And reinforcing the bottom one, not wanting to give us any power on the left side. But a very big army from Eristef, from myself, I'm sorry. Charging the top points, wanting that resource. Already checking it out with the scouts, knowing there's not a lot, but they smell blood over here. I think they wanted the shield generator, but they see my force. Not really wanting to engage without their Eldar buddies.
Upgrade started.
The force of the right side just eager to get in there. With the power swords compared to chain swords.
We've scouted the beginnings of a new enemy structure.
Oh, looks like I'm backing off here.
Enemy has started to build a structure.
Do not want to fight in this situation. They have just more forces than us. But they're jumping on the listening post now. And they're getting spread out. If my assault marines can actually jump on those range units. Whilst, oh my. Oh. Chaplain Diomedes and oh, here comes the engagement. Assault marines just jumping in and everything and whacking everything. Everything is raining down from the sky. Grenades going in. Grenades going back out. Oh wow, that was an amazing rebound from Gabriel Angelos, rebounding those grenades back to the Eldar. Those forces are completely neutralized by that. Assault marines chopping everything to bits. Striking Scorpions having to flee down to their shields are down. Assault marines getting out with all low health. Tactical marines raining fire from a distance with plasma guns. And listening posts still alive on barely any health. Barely any forces from Stu. Yet having to fight an entire force from the right side. I still managed to hold in there. Now things have gotten a bit calmer. Still my scouts are over here, making sure
A drop pod is available.
that if I want to attack the top side,
Readying for drop.
they're able to. But there's a builder close by, and my scouts might get detected soonish. Forces punishing, licking their wounds. Stu's forces getting replenished
Readying for drop.
over enemy side, building a machine cult. Both sides. Stupendous already has a machine cult. Meanwhile, they still have to make theirs.
Your scouts are ready to drop. Wouldst thou cast the holy standard? Drop pod deployed. Infantry damage
So
upgrade
far,
secured.
an interesting game. Assault Marines slowly healing themselves off the Gabriel's drop pods. Devastated Marines going to fortify the top point here. They do not want to. We do not want to give them another shield generator, as it will further their position in the game. We have only lost one, so we haven't lost that much. But they do have advantage in the resource points, especially now it's phase 2. The left side has to make a strike, and now the Assault Marines are fully healed up and are eager to fight. Meanwhile, on the right side, the forces are just preparing. And strangely enough, yep, they're just bolstering their forces. They know they're ahead, so they just have to play safe. Strangely enough, still no upgrade on this. Now they have Wraith Lord, many walkers, and a push to the middle. Wanting that elite points. Scouts looking for forces. Meanwhile, over in top side, Assault Marines taking their points. Here comes the Eldar force. Space Marines are backing up with the Terminators. Blind grenades stopping the force in their tracks. Assault Marines backing off slightly. Not wanting to get jumped on. Rather, jumping on the enemy. Here comes the oh yeah, here comes the Dreadnought from Stupendous. And Assault Marines are jumping in on all the ranged forces from the Eldar. Jumping back on those striking Scorpions and the Wraith Lord. You know how much damage they deal. You don't want them sticking around. A tank support from the right side. Assault Marines. Oh, this is well, and Banners dropping down. The left side has to retreat. Darmades is gonna die fighting. They have too much forces on the right side. Striking Scorpions still live, but Eldar has taken many losses, only having their walkers still alive, and some of their elites. However, the Space Marine forces are still in full effect. Over on top side, the Assault Marines taken down. Oh wow, barely any health. Assault Marines barely any health, taking down that listening post, and scouts still attacking. But they do not have any damage, these scouts. You saw the tanks pushing forward. Gabriel not engaging in the fight in the middle, wanting to stay alive to get his presence so he can get the drop pods to heal his damaged Assault Marines. Making sure he stays alive. And now the tanks coming up there, tactical Marines and a Scout Marine hiding into this bush. Assault Marine squads. 3 of them and Assault Terminators. No, those are regular Terminators. They're going to get his listening post with the amount of Eldar firepower they have over here. And then tank is going to be a menace if not dealt with accordingly. But forces have been built up on the left side.
Assault Marines readying for drop. We are battling
Assault Marines in the front, and Eldar forces in the back. The Assault Marines are getting butchered by these Devastators. They're gonna get the shield generator this oh yep, they're gonna get the shield generator. They get massive incoming resources, but they lost them with the Assault Marines getting hit by those Devastators though. Jonah just having a looking about. I have no idea what he's doing there. If you want to do scouting, send down the scouts. But the left side forces is looking mighty devastating compared to the right forces actually, which have been lacking. Trying to tech up. They're trying to get bigger units in. Getting tanks in. They have an edge. But it seems they haven't been able to kill much of the units on the left side. Especially those Assault Marines just reinforcing drop pod after drop pod. This time Assault Marines of myself are going to get backed up by the blast cannons and Devastators from STUpendous. Wanting to take these power on the bottom.
Securing infantry health upgrade.
These scouts are gonna notice this though. Yep.
We've escalated to
These scouts notice an entire force coming for the bottom, and how is these guys gonna react? They need to react fast. They're just gonna lose the oh, they're gonna answer by attacking. They want this turret.
an enemy force is on the move.
With all our forces over at the bottom, we can't defend, so they want to push now that our forces are out of position.
We've scouted the beginnings of a new enemy
But this scout knows it! This scout knows that the forces are attacking! Recalling my forces and STUpendous' forces, making it in time to defend, activating the stun on the turrets.
We have lost a point.
Assault Marines, large in number, Gabriel Angelos coming in the fight. Drop pods, dreadnoughts. Assault Marines are just jumping in from both sides, but they're fighting underneath the turret taking massive shots. Meanwhile, the Assault Marines are occupying each other. Just jumping on each other. Gabriel Angelos and Dreadnought are making massive walls, not allowing any fire in. They're just fighting underneath this turret, taking massive damage. Assault Marines chewing up the ranged forces of the Eldar. Tanks not able to get a damage in. They are hitting this Dreadnought though. Oh, that massive damage on both sides. Orbital laser coming from the enemy Space Marine, trying to get our forces, but it's gonna get captured if they don't protect it. Laser from the turret still chewing down those those regular Terminators, and Assault Marines still trying to get some damage done. More reinforcements coming in from the Space Marine, trying to kill these Assault Terminators, but one gets away from hiding in the bush. Oh, Terminator is going to die. Tanks taking massive fire from last cannon and Terminator and tactical marine fire. Assault Marines taking fire from range, but still staying alive, jumping up in the air and smacking these tactical marines about, getting healed by the standards. Massive heals, just keeping these guys barely alive. Stu's forces, those range forces, those Devastators, those last cannons just pushing forward, taking down what's remaining of these range forces that were attacking the Assault Marines. Diomede is looking for revenge from earlier. Not happy with what they did. Those tanks still remaining alive and trying to get repaired, but these Assault Marines are still alive and kicking, not being able to get finished up, just healing off drop pods, healing off the banner. The forces of the right side are completely devastated and are being hunted down. Another drop pod coming in, healing mid-jump, trying to jump on these Eldar walkers, but they just walk away into third range, and these Assault Marines are just gonna hit all the buildings and structures they've positioned so forward. You know, STUpendous' forces, not much left, but still devastating ranged weaponry, able to take down these turrets. Massive losses on the right side. And still no requisition on the point over here. STUpendous attacking the shield generator from there. Well, these assault marines just hunting out and about, reinforcing meanwhilst. More assault marines the longer they're on the field, getting drop potted. Making use of these rapid deployments.
What shall we do with our surplus of requisition?
KaiFung is... He's got a lot of resources, but he needs to use them. He needs to build up an army fast. But he's losing all his buildings. He positioned all of his buildings forward, so he cannot... He needs to make more buildings and make more units so fast right now. Meanwhile, my forces are just getting more and more the further they're fighting because of drop bot supports. Eldar trying to pick off these assault marines, but there's just so many, and they're using armor piercing, which doesn't deal much damage against normal armor. These units counter dreadnoughts, these units counter tanks, these units counter terminators, but they do not counter assault marines. So many assault marines just tearing everything to shreds. STUpendous reinforcing the top position, wanting the resources for himself. Space Marine reinforcing with tanks, as he does have still machine gold left. But he needs to spend his requisition. He does have Jonah though. If he can put Jonah in a good position, he can deal massive damage to those assault marines. These tanks should put a massive dent in the forces of whatever they come across. But they need to be able to hit something valuable. They need to put it into action. They're just these tanks are just standing out. They can't move out with any forces. Finally, the requisition is slowly being spent on tactical marines, but it's not gonna be enough against the horde of assault marines that's coming towards. Actually, no, it's going back to base. But forces of STUpendous are they're over here. Devastators and last cannons. And assault terminators. So here's the front line of STUpendous, and here's his back line. These assault marines. Oh, hello! Here's the Paladin, Imperial Knight Paladin, coming to support with heavy damage from the rear, whilst these assault marines push to the south. But there's nothing here, so they're just gonna keep pushing, and they're gonna hit the shield generator. Meanwhile, STUpendous is hitting the shield generator on top side first. All the forces are hitting top side. They're all hitting. All these tanks are gonna melt whatever's over there. These Eldar forces are gonna flank these guys so heavily. You know, bottom side, they don't have any forces defending bottom side. Oh my god, the banner planted down, hoping to keep these forces alive, but they're getting chewed by Eldar forces and Space Marine tanks. Jonah getting on the front. Devastators and last cannons not being disturbed. But these forces are hitting the turrets. Turret is down. More drop pods coming in, healing the assault marines as they push. But the forces are completely out of position. STUpendous has drawn all these forces out of position. His forces are getting decimated, but these assault marines are hitting the core. There's nothing stopping these assault marines. These forces need to fall back. I think these guys are too late. They're still fighting. This is cleaning up STUpendous' forces instead of falling back. There's a Paladin next to their base. Banner being planted down, trying to block off any attacks from. But it's planted poorly as well. It's in the wrong position. Eldritch Storm trying to kill these assault meteors, but they're being healed by the banner. Orbital laser trying to cut down the forces, stopping the assault marines, but it's going to die. There's a turret. Paladin going to deliver the final shot, and that's game. Well, and that's all she wrote. My name is Eristef Winchester. It's been a pleasure to cast this game for you. Goodbye.